Welcome to Willie D Live. I'm about to go in with Short Stop Records owner, Lil Troy. But before I do, as always, I like to start the show off with a bit of good news. Can you imagine fighting crime with fruits and vegetables? On the east side of San Antonio, one nonprofit has been re-energizing the community with a back-to-basics approach, gardening. Stephen Luck started Gardopia Gardens while attending the University of Incarnate World as a way to educate his peers on the relationship between nutrition and poverty. He felt the best way to address those issues was through a community garden where everyone could get involved and grow amazing produce together. Today, the project that started out on a college campus has evolved into something much bigger. They now have their own location as well as gardens in 5 schools and 1 community center. This is especially important when you consider the alarming produce situation in the area. A large population lives in what we call food deserts, and these are areas where healthy, fresh food, particularly produce, is unavailable. Jeff Crane, Associate Dean at the College of Humanities, Arts, and Social Sciences said. So, people in those communities are highly dependent on very salty, sugar-laden, high-fat processed food, and frankly, often don't have the access to a grocery store at all. So community garden is a way to address that issue. By providing an alternative, Gardopia Gardens can help instill the values of wellness that contribute to a more balanced lifestyle. Even better, Gardopia Gardens has had a positive effect on one of the highest crime areas in San Antonio. The intersection of Nolan and New Braunfels has a bit of a dangerous reputation. So Gardopia Gardens set up a shop there and helped change that. In the 3 years since the first seed was planted, crime within a 4-block radius dropped over 50%. Essentially, by providing a beautiful oasis in a once downtrodden part of town, they've made a significant dent in the crime rate. The theory of the organization says you can influence a particular location by making changes in its design. The goal is simply to reduce fear and improve the quality of life in the surrounding community. Local resident Sabrina Garza told the San Antonio Express News, "I would have never, ever taken my kids anywhere to the east side to play before, but now there's that space I feel safe." Now just imagine what the world would look like if more of those sprouted up in our communities. Big shout out to Stephen Luck and the folks at Gardopia Gardens for giving back. For your daily good news stories, along with motivational and encouraging content that will uplift you, download the Good Spy app from iTunes or Google Play. Ladies and gentlemen, as promised, Lil Troy is in the building.
Hey, what's up, Willie D?
What's up, homie?
Hey, man, give me some doubt.
It's been a long time, man.
It sure have, man.
Man, I'm gonna tell you something. I wanted to get you on the show because, you know, with all your success, a lot of people still don't know your story.
Well, some people, you know, I guess we have to let them know some of the story.
Well, yeah, and that's why I wanted to get you. Let's crank it up, man. You know what? Before we start though, let's do a little bit of house cleaning. You and Scarface, man, y'all used to have a little problem, and y'all got that straightened out.
Yeah, man.
You know, everything good now.
Me and Face talk like once a week, every other week. We talking. He calling me, I'm calling him.
Right.
He asking me about different things, about the music, what about my family and stuff. I gotta give a shout out, man. Scarface, Brad Jordan, man, what's up, man? I love you, bro. I'm glad we done got all that behind us now. We can go forward with life now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, grown man. You sit down and settle your differences like men.
And it was a bunch of bull mess anyway. You know what I'm saying? So when we got a chance to sit and really talk with each other, we were like, that was stupid.
Right.
As men, that was stupid. Instead of us doing music together and building our careers up, we was tearing our careers down. Just what the people want to see. They want to see us fight and tear our careers down when we should have been doing music together, building up a whole nother segment of rappers coming up underneath us.
Right.
But we didn't do that.
Let's see how many people out there that's listening to the show go back and tell that.
Yeah.
Because, you know, if you'd have got on here and said, yeah, Scarface, I don't like him, and da-da-da-da, it'd have been just cranking out. It'd be crunk, boy.
It'd have been crunk if I was negative about Scarface. No, I ain't negative at all.
Right.
That's my boy. We talk all the time. You know what I'm saying? We done got past all the riffraff, and I wish him nothing but the best, more success than he ever had before.
Yeah. Now, for y'all people that's checking us out live on Facebook, this is only for a limited time. So I'm telling you, get your questions in right now, because we ain't gonna be here all day. We got a video to check out tonight. Coon 2, premiering tonight at Kings Court. If you're in the Houston area, come on down, 903 Hutchins Street. You dig? Now look here, Troy. Tell us how you got started in the game.
Man, got started way back in the game, early 80s, you know what I'm saying? You was around during that time in the early 80s. We started rapping and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And Scarface and Beto came to me, you know, wanted to rap, and I put him in
Beto Scarface producer.
Yeah, the Scarface producer, Beto. Me and Beto used to go out and hustle together back in the day, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he was telling me about Brad. He had a little rapper. So at the time, I wasn't really worrying about rapping, but I let Beto convince me to listen to him. I heard him, and I told Beto, if he rap about my life, we can make something happen, because Brad was like 16. Then he came and stayed with my mom and my dad and them for a while he was rapping and stuff. And so we made up the song Scarface. I thought small time dope gang cocaine, pushing rocks on the block and never broke, man. That was the first time anybody that heard Scarface rap was on the label with me, Short Star Records. And it blew up from there, and then it went over to Lil J, and Lil J wanted it. Jay called me and say, man, Troy, I need him to be the new Ghetto Boy, man. What we got to take to make them new Ghetto Boy? I said, Jay, I ain't tripping. You can go ahead and make him new Ghetto Boy, and we go from there. And next thing you know, it's history. They did their thing. Once Lil J got Brad, they did it. They blew up. What you made the Ghetto Boys.
Yeah. Now here's the thing. Now, when you said, "Hey Jay, man, you can have and do what you want to do," you know, at that time, that was no real precedents had been set for hip hop in Houston. So you probably didn't have a whole lot of faith that things was gonna really just take off, right? I mean, come on.
Honestly, I was making so much money from the streets. I didn't care about rap music right then. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have a blueprint on how this was gonna go, or we seen other people making a bunch of success from it, so I didn't really care.
Right.
I was making money from the streets.
At what point did you start to care when
they started blowing up? When y'all started making these big records and stuff, I thought, man, Brad was with me, golly. You know, but people liked the first song I put out with him, so I knew I was on to something. I knew about what I was doing once I did that first song. And then Jay and them came back and re-recorded the same exact song and blew off of it. That let me know, hey, you got something.
Now, how did you get in contact with Jay? How did Jay get in contact with you?
I had a record coming on Lydia, Scott and Lydia. They came over to the studio one day and told me he wanted him to be the new Ghetto Boy. And I told him, cool. It was no issue to me at the time.
Right.
And right now today, Jay told me at the time, he said, man, whatever you need, holler at me, I'll look out for you, man. Let me just put this music out, let me get this here going, and I got you. Right. It was just like a verbal handshake. You know what I'm saying? They were from the north side, I'm from the south side. So it was like, let's just do it. It didn't make no difference to me at the time. And as of right now, they made H-Town what it is. You are a part of it.
Right. Now, let me ask you this. Now, you, after some time, you double back and you put your own album out.
Yeah, I ain't never stopped.
And you did this song called "Wanna Be a Baller," one of the biggest songs to ever just come out in hip hop. Period. It's not. I was about to say H-Town, but really, it was one of the biggest songs. Period. I don't know anybody that don't really know that song.
Man, I got blessed. All I can say, man, it came out at the right time. I got the right group of guys that come in and rap on the song. I put it out, and it's the right timing with the Kappa came on. It was the biggest song in the Kappa. As of right now, today is one of the biggest songs still out of H-Town. No disrespect for nobody out that's putting music out of H-Town, but if you don't know about Wanna Be a Baller, Lil Troy, you're not from H-Town.
If you don't know about "Wanna Be a Baller," you ain't from hip hop. Period. And like I said, that was one of the biggest songs in hip hop. Period. So it's really, it's part of our history.
It really helped H-Town even more solidify ourselves in the music industry at the time. Because we didn't have the institutions coming down here giving us money, putting our own music out. We had to go out there and hustle ourselves and get in and put our own music out. I put that out independently. Right. And sold a bunch of records. Then Universal called me and wanted to do a deal with me. And after that happened, it just went worldwide. You know what I'm saying? It just took off. Right. So Like
And then when it took off, you had to go sit
I
down.
had to go sit down, man. That was
Man.
the worst feeling in the world, man. Got a hit song and got to go to jail.
Yeah, you had the #1 song in the game.
Yeah.
I mean, it was. I don't know if it was #1, but
But
it felt like #1.
it was close
Now,
to
here's the thing that I didn't know. I didn't know that the album had only reached like number 70 on the top 100, but you sold 2 million copies.
Yeah,
So that's a testament to the strength of the album and the longevity. You had longevity with that album.
Right now today, it's still playing. And it's like, matter of fact, when I got to go to jail, I recorded my second single, and my second single with my boy that's sitting next to me right there, Willie D, that Where the Love At.
Where the love at.
Yeah, you know what I'm
Mama
saying?
told me there'd be
Days like this.
but I wouldn't listen.
Listen.
Never question a woman's intuition. My ambition is to give you what you're missing.
Sweet love.
Take off your shoes, come
Gonna
get your feet
rubbed.
rubbed.
And
Us in
matter of
the
fact,
back, baking bubble bath, that'll be the shit. Anybody that don't believe
lead
this can't eat a dick.
Ooh.
Oh man.
Hey,
Okay, yeah,
matter
yeah.
of fact, you know, they be talking about everybody ghost writing and shit, but guess who wrote that? My verse for me. Willie D wrote my verse on that song for me. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So all that they be talking about, oh, you ain't hip hop, you don't write your own stuff. Well, I guess I ain't hip hop because Willie D wrote my verse way back then.
But you know, you're a businessman though,
Oh,
man.
I'm business.
Everybody know, because you didn't even rap on your own hit song.
No, if I'd have knew that song gonna be that big, I'd have said, "Hey, mom, I love you" or something on the song.
Right. Yeah.
But I didn't, you know. But I know to go and get surround myself with people that got talent to do what I need to get done.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Business wise. So that's why I associated myself with you to come in. I think you wrote like 3 songs on that album for me.
How did you know where you get this insight from to go out and get these people that you needed to get to make this record work?
Well, what I did was I watched Quincy Jones did Accused You joint back in the day when he
Okay,
went
yeah,
got
that's
all
the template.
He went got all these top entertainers and put on the album with him and put himself on the cover and says Accused You joint.
Right.
So and I'm like, well, Quincy did that. He's a legend already. I can just get all these guys I know out of H-Town to rap on the song with me and put me on the cover cause everybody in the streets know Lil Troy already from being in the streets already,
Right.
being doing music already. This is my album. So that's what I done. I just followed the blueprint that was already set forward to me from Quincy Jones.
Mm-hmm.
And it worked. Now you got DJ Khaled doing it now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, who else did it? Somebody else was doing it in hip hop too.
Ann Banks, one dude from California did it too. He did it. He was doing it. I forgot who else did that. But I got it from Quincy Jones. Shout out to Quincy Jones. I appreciate it. Much love. And also, man, while we speaking on Wanna Be a Ball, I gotta give it up to Prince. Appreciate Prince did not want no publishing or nothing off the song. If anybody know, Wanna Be a Ball is Lil Red Corvette. So if you didn't know it, you know it now.
Man, I never knew that.
Wanna Be a
Wow.
Baller is Lil Red Corvette. And Prince,
Man, how in the hell you get Prince to okay that
he
song?
loved the way we mixed it and did it. And Universal was going crazy when they found out after they put it out. We started selling a bunch of records. Then they found out it was a sample from Prince, and Prince didn't want nothing from it. He let us have it. Let us do it.
Too cool.
Too cool.
That's,
Much love,
that's
Prince.
the thing that people didn't know. Prince was a real cool dude, man.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, man. So after Wanna Be a Baller blew up and everything, and you know you got all of the fame, you got all the action and everything,
Yeah.
and then you know you have to go sit down, and then you have to go back out and crank that machine all the way back up.
Yeah, I sat down for 11 months. And when I got ready to get out, I called Universal and told them, hey, I'm getting ready to get out. We need to start the music right now. Lil Troy walked the walk, talked the walk, a big baller shot called a Fresh Off Lock. They couldn't foresee to do that at the time. I'm like, this is
Right.
what we need to do. Start the campaign right now while I'm locked up. I'm finna
Right.
come home. When I got home, they didn't want to do it. And I come up with another album. They say, well, we need to hear your music first and then we give you an out date. I said, no, you didn't hear my music before. I put it out. I'm my own CEO.
Right.
I'm my own A&R. So they were talking about, well, we need to hear your music. No. I tell you what I want y'all to do is release me off y'all label. Mm-hmm. And they was like, Troy, you serious? I said, I'm serious. If you're not gonna let me put my own album out when I want to, release me off y'all label. And I had a clause in my contract said pay or play. So once they released me, they had to pay me $150,000 just to get off their label.
Right.
So people don't do that. They don't know nothing about that. I put that in my own contract at the time. And then I turned around and went and did a deal with Koch Records when I got 60-40. I got 60% of the dollar then, which I did a better deal and got money up front. I put the album out with Lil Flip. First time anybody seen Lil Flip on BET, he was with me on We Gonna Lean to the Left and Lean to the Right with my boy named Artist. And we put the album out September 11th, the same day the World Trade Center got hit. Matter of fact, I was on the phone with Mr. Dave, my A&R people, that we finna do all kind of radio interviews that day. And all of a sudden, he say, Troy, I'm gonna call you back, man. This some fool just ran into the World Tower, the train center. So I'm like, oh, for real? So we started talking. When by that time, I done turned it on the TV, I'm watching it. Here come another one coming. He said, Troy, I gotta go, man. Another one, man. There's something going on. I gotta go. So he hang up the phone. I see the second tower get hit. Cause I'm finna do interview. Talk to all these different radio stations about my new album coming out. But as you know, once that tragedy hit, it killed the album, killed my vibe, killed everything.
Right.
Killed the music scene, period. Killed the world, actually.
Killed my damn song. I was mad as hell, boy. I had a song out, that Dear God song.
Yeah.
Man, I was #1 on the rap charts, man. Like number 8 on the R&B chart. I'm killing. I'm winning.
Yeah.
And them damn football, I wish I knew that. I wish their ass would have survived. I'd have broken jail and killed the bastards myself.
Hey, they killed me, man.
I'm mad. I'm still mad about that, man.
Off my first album, I went and got the great big old house, 5,500 square foot house. I got the Benzes, I got everything. I got everything I wanted, all the jewelry I want. So the second album is finna sustain me and keep me going.
Right.
And all of a sudden it came out September 11th, and everything my whole world, like they just took out the carpet from underneath me.
And really, the music industry really ain't never fully recovered since.
It hurted.
It ain't recovered since. Man, where in the hell is Lil T2?
T2, man, he just come back from this weekend with Soulja Boy. I had him down there with Soulja Boy at Soulja Boy House doing some music, him and Sean Kingston and stuff. So he's still doing his thing. He was a young dude when he first came out.
That's Troy's son, y'all.
Yeah, Lil T2. He was young when he first came out on my first album back then.
Yeah, okay.
But now he's up in age, he's getting there, his talent. He went to jail for 8 years. I got to tell y'all, he went to jail for 8 years. Universal was trying to sign him. They offered me some money, and I told them that wasn't enough money what they offered me, but and the points weren't right. Mm-hmm. So after that, that's when me and Scarface got into it and stuff, and he and T2 went to jail. So that killed his whole little vibe by going to jail 8 years. But he home now. He doing good. He got a new mixtape coming out, Delayed Flight, coming out real soon. So be expecting him real soon.
Flight. That's a hell of a delay.
Yeah, delayed flight.
A hell of a delayed flight. Now look here, man. Chris Bailey asked, who influenced you? Now I think you kind of partially answered that when you said Quincy Jones, but who in hip hop particularly influenced you?
Hip hop didn't influence me actually at the top. My dad played in the music business.
Yeah.
And my dad played saxophone, my mama sang, so I grew up in a musical household already. When they used to practice in the house when I was 9, 10, 11, 12 years old, they were practicing in the house. I was in the band from 3rd grade out till I got out of high school. I had my own band playing in nightclubs when I first got out of high school. So I've been in the music industry my whole life.
So, I mean, but you're an entrepreneur. You're a businessman. Wasn't any of the guys out there doing the business part of it made you look at it and say, yeah, I think I can do that. I want to do that.
I think I just dreamed big already, Willie.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? At the time, we didn't have nobody to look up to, no other people out of New York.
Yeah.
As the rappers. But we didn't have nobody look up as the CEOs at the time.
Right.
So I just really took it up on myself and wanted to be my own boss, really and truly. Mm-hmm. I always have thought I was the man. Yeah.
Well, look here, y'all. We're going to keep on talking to the man when we get back. You're checking out what? Willie D Live.
That's right.